She keeps no secrets from you.
As lead singer of one of the biggest Aussie bands in rock history, Bernard Doc Neeson's music influenced a generation. But this morning, the 67-year-old Angels frontman passed away from an aggressive brain tumour.
When somebody says you've got a year to 18 months to live, statistically, that's putting a use-by date on me.
Bernard Neeson was fresh from the army and studying film in Adelaide when he and some mates decided to start a band. Am I Ever Going to See Your Face Again launched Doc and the Angels onto the world stage in the 70s, becoming the anthem of a generation.
Even if you don't know the band, you know the response when you hear that call, and it is just, everyone knows it, and it has such a great history as well.
He was an electric performer, captivating audiences with his crazy persona.
Doc was really dramatic, and it wasn't cool for Australian men to dance at that point, and he had quite a bit of manoeuvring going on stage, and he dressed really well, sometimes double leather, sometimes in a suit.
Now tributes are pouring in for one of the greatest frontmen Australian music has ever seen.
This is it, folks. Over the top.
Well, Angels drummer Buzz Bidstrup has spent the afternoon with Doc's family. Buzz, you knew it was coming, but it's never easy, is it?
No, it's not, Ray. Doc had a terminal illness, and we always knew that he was going to pass, and it's never easy. But he's left a body that wasn't working for him and gone to a better place.
Buzz, I imagine you'll be sharing lots of stories over the next little while. Is there a standout memory of Doc?
Oh, look, I think the thing for me was his dedication to being the front man and being that persona, Doc Neeson. When we used to play in the 70s, the band would be sitting in the band room in amongst a cloud of smoke and alcohol, and Doc would be running around the block getting ready. So he'd hit the stage, he'd be a little bit out of breath, he'd be a little bit sweaty. He didn't drink before a show, didn't take drugs, didn't do it, just total energy. And to have, my memory is sitting behind him for 6 years, almost every night of the week somewhere, and watching him just take that audience into his hand and sell the Angels.
We've lost quite a few legends of the Australian music scene recently. Just mentioned one of the ex-band members and Chrissy Amphlett as well. Right now, who's Doc having a beer with?
Oh, well, gee, Bon Scott, for sure.
It's a very good choice.
Chris Bailey. Chris Bailey, for sure. Yeah, I think he's probably... I think his spirit's going to take a while. It's going to go to Ireland for a while, and it's going to hang there and sort of visit a few other places before it gets up to where the great green room in the sky.
All right, well, look, have a beer or throw. I imagine it'll be a great wake for your mate. Thank you, Buzz, very much indeed.
Yes, it's a pleasure to talk about him. He was a beautiful man, so thank you very much.
It's a tough day, so thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Cheers, mate.
It's time for another break now. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Coming up, it's the chat that every parent dreams. So when and how should you explain